I want you all to close your eyes and imagine what I'm going to tell you. On the evening of May 25th, 2020, George Floyd was in his car. Minutes earlier, store employees had called the police on him, saying he had paid for his food with counterfeit bills. 8 minutes later, he was dead. Police had wrestled him out of his car, handcuffed him, and when he fell over onto the floor, knelt on his neck for 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Passers-by recorded him pleading with the police, saying numerous times, "I can't breathe." Bystanders pleaded with the police to let him go. They responded by saying, "Oh, he's fine, he's talking." Autopsies were conducted, and it was concluded that the 46-year-old man had died of strangulation. All because he was black and the officers were white. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Racism. Racism is the prejudice and discrimination by a person, a group of people, or an institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership of a certain racial or ethnic group. White supremacy against black people, as demonstrated in the case of George Floyd, isn't uncommon in America. In fact, it's almost daily life for black people to be told that they need to work twice as hard as their white colleagues to get recognized when they have the same intelligence, the same capacity, the same everything. They're just black, they're just different. Racism impacts each person's life a little differently. The oppressed minorities are more likely to receive poor health care, poor housing facilities, and little to no education because they live among higher unemployment rates and lower incomes. And because of this, people from the minorities often lack education and don't go where they want to go with their lives. This leads to people being disappointed, people being put down, and people thinking, "I'm not worth anything because my skin is this color. I'm not worth anything because white people are white. They're more superior than me, and that makes me less than what I am." But aside from physical health, there's also mental health. The term race-based traumatic stress was first used by psychologist Robert T. Carter in a 2007 paper titled "Racism and Psychological and Emotional Injury, Recognizing and Assessing Race-Based Traumatic Stress." In the paper, Carter states that when black people and people of minorities and color are exposed to racism, it generates a strong negative emotional impact, similar to the effects of a disorder known as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. This will lead to low self-esteem, problem sleeping, anxiety and depression, and a constant feeling of worthlessness. These effects are cumulative and may lead to reduced quality of life and decreased lifespan, and by extent, earlier death. But it's not only adults that are affected by racism. No, it's not as simple as that. It's also children. In schools, children from minorities are punished severely for the smallest mistakes they can make. It's hard for you to believe in yourself when your teacher doesn't believe in you. We all know the feeling. Does this really have to continue? Racism makes a person less than what they are. The elimination of racism won't happen overnight. No. It must be an effort from every individual, an effort, a willingness to stop and take a long, hard look at yourself. A willingness to stop and address the biases hidden within us and accept that, yeah, we're not perfect. We can get things wrong too. A person is more than their skin color. A person is their personality, the way they see life, their morals, their ideals, the little quirks that make them them. Skin color shouldn't get in the way of that. So I leave you with one final question. Will you let this continue, or will you step up and take action? Thank you.